What's up, y'all? Advance here. So, tonight is gonna be a momentous night. Well, today is a very momentous day. Not really. But oh man. So, it's Oscars night. Oh man. So yes, it's been 1 year since the slap heard round the world, and yeah. So let's get into this. I don't predict something as memorable happening that what happened last year, but there's definitely going to be some viewership. So because somebody's going to make fun of it, I know. But with that being said, let's talk about Chris Rock's comedy special, Selective Outrage. And of course, people have been waiting with bated breath to see what Chris Rock was going to say about this. So much so that they sold out his comedy, his stand-up show that he had a few days after the event, to which Chris Rock said about the aforementioned subject, I'm going to talk about it, I'm just not going to talk about it here. So Chris Rock took his time. He was patiently waiting like 50 Cent. And here we are. Now, he went ahead and did this special. And he called it Selective Outrage. And what was crazy was, like, everybody on the internet is blowing up about this shit. They's like, oh my God, Chris Rock went in. He went in on him. Nah, not really. He ain't really go in on him. Basically, all Chris Rock did was say exactly what everybody else was saying about the whole situation with Will, Jada and the entanglement with August Alsina. Yeah, like it was crazy. Like, but he said the same thing that everybody else was saying. Not only about their situation, but about the slap in general. But because it came out of a comedian's mouth on stage, it was 10 times funnier. But yeah, so I mean, basically, yeah, and it's like, and for as big as this was, as big as everybody was making it, and saying, oh my God, Chris Rock dedicated a whole special to Will Smith. Nah, not really. Not really. Because everything that everybody is talking about was crammed into the last 5 minutes of the show. I might be lowballing it. No, maybe like last 5 to 10 minutes of the show. But nah, man, that's crazy. And then of course, you have your detractors, because people are always split on such issues. Some people were saying like, well, Chris Rock should have just let it die, or you know, why is he keeping this going, or whatever the case. Look, listen, it's different when you've been publicly embarrassed. So, yeah, if you don't know what that's like, just have a seat. Go back and watch my video on how to take it out. So hell yeah, I don't have a problem with what Chris Rock did, because like all Chris Rock did was make a joke, and it wasn't even really a terrible joke, you know. And a lot of people were saying like he made fun of her because he knew that she had alopecia, and that's why she shaved her head. First of all, nobody even knew what the fuck alopecia was before this situation. So, like, there's a good portion of the world that did not know what alopecia was before this situation happened. Let alone, like, that was the reason why she shaved her head. Now, if you said, like, hey, she had cancer or she went through chemotherapy, all right, yeah, that's something different. But come on now. And then the thing about that is that he said, all right, yeah, the joke was about her bald head, but he called her G.I. Jane. You know, like, if you've watched that movie, that is the token movie for feminism. Like, for feminism, equality as it was meant to be. Yeah, it was about a chick who like went into training. She became the first. I think it was the first female Navy. Yeah, it was the first female Navy SEAL. So, come on now, miss me with that. Like, yeah, like, no, she just rolled her eyes, and like when and what was crazy was, this is how I know that this whole situation was bullshit, because Will Smith laughed at the fucking joke. You know, but he looked over, saw her roll her eyes, and saw the look on her face, I guess, and then it was execute order 66. and he went into King Richard mode, so as he called it. You know, he walked up there and slapped the fuck out of Chris Rock. Now, there was some footage that came out where they actually had a conversation backstage, and you know, it looked like that they had made up, you know, and it had to have been after the fact, because Will had his Oscar in his hand. But no, the fact of the matter is that, like, granted, even if that was the case and the two of them made amends, and like you come out and say that like Chris was out of bounds for this because technically the issue should have been dead. No. There was a public embarrassment, and it has to be reconciled. You know, there must be recompense. Yeah, but yeah, like the fact that, like, and it's like the fact that the last 5 minutes of this show, Selective Outrage, was as big as it was. You know, just goes to show you how big the situation was. And, you know, and it was so bad that, you know, for Will Smith's actions, he had to, you know, he was banned from the Academy. So, yeah, now he can't be nominated for awards for at least the next 10 years. And then, of course, like, even after him explaining what he explained, what happened with what did Jada do? Did Jada stand by her man? Nah. She went out on a public platform and said, I do not need to be stood up for, because I am a strong, independent woman. And everybody was like, oh my God, yes, queen, yes. No. Nah, I'm gonna need y'all to rewind, and y'all gonna hold this L with him, with Will Smith, because y'all sat right there and y'all tried to justify this man going out there and publicly embarrassing himself and saying, yeah, he did it to defend his wife. He did what he was supposed to do. Nah, when she did that and she left him standing out on that island, she made all of y'all look like fools too. But I've already addressed this in another video, so let's get back to you know, reminiscing. Yeah, like, I mean, Will Smith, like, this situation was so bad, Will Smith had to do a slave movie. You know, the one thing that black actors try their best to stay away from nowadays. Yeah, like, this is how bad it was. Now, from what I heard, the movie was actually pretty good, which shows that, yeah, Will Smith is still an incredible talent. But, man, like, he's got to hold his frame better. And we all know that the whole situation with them and Jada is toxic at best. But like, yeah, like, I mean, hey, I look at it like this. I'm not fucking him. I'm not involved with that situation. So, hey, if you like it, I love it. When shit happens, we cover it. Yeah, I know that rhymed. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. It's ridiculous. But what did you think about this whole situation as a whole? From the slap, actually no, let's go back a little bit further than that. From the entanglement, everything that Jada laid out on the Red Table Talk, embarrassing Will Smith, by revealing details about their marriage, up to the snap. I said the snap. Up to the slap, and then moving forward to Selective Outrage. Everything from the beginning of the saga all the way up to right now. What do you think about that? Put your comments down below. We're going to chop it up in the comments section. All right, from now, my name is Advance. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on everything. I'm out.